What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Machiavelli, and I'm back with another reaction video, man. This is Sadhguru. Stop letting people hurt you. Don't expect from others. Mental health. Hmm. So let's see. But yeah, man. Yeah, just try not to let people get to you, man. Like, there's gonna be times where you guys go through life and go through things that where your I guess your emotions could, like, I guess you guys could say, like, your emotions are going to be put to the test. But without further ado, man, let's get it.
Life is not happening the way I think it should happen. This is the only source of misery in human life, isn't it?
There are situations that you don't wish to be in, but emotions are tangled up.
If you want your life to yield in a maximum way, even in material life, I'm saying, in a maximum way, I'm not talking about some spiritual dimension. Just in your material life, if you want to yield maximum in this world, no expectations.
Because the very nature of your mind is such that I don't want to think about this person means that's the only person I'm going to think about for the rest of my life.
So this problem of getting attached or overly attached to one will naturally lead to another consequence of having deep aversion to many others. See, to balance your so-called love with one person, you will have to have deep aversion to a whole lot of people. You can't stand them. Please carefully watch and see, this is how it's working. Whether you're… maybe those people with whom you have aversion, you may not notice it unless they happen to be around you. You have aversion, but because they never came near you, it's not felt. But if they happen to come here, you will feel it, because this balance is always happening. Now, your expectations about people, this is not just about people, this is everything. What is the source of all human misery on the planet? Life is not happening the way I think it should happen. Is there any other cause, I'm asking? Life is not happening the way I think it should happen. This is the only source of misery in human life, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Tell me, is it easier to change your thinking or the world? Changing your thinking is very easy, isn't it? And first of all, now, when what you think is so important for you, have you taken this faculty of thinking into your church? No, you're in a state of mental diarrhea. If everything that happens in your thoughts come true in your life, you're finished. Fortunately, they're not coming true. My blessing is, may your dreams not come true. Because the way you're dreaming, if all of it happens, you're finished. Because your expectation is coming from a very limited picture of life. If you want your life to yield in a maximum way, even in material life, I'm saying, in a maximum way, I'm not talking about some spiritual dimension, just in your material life, if you want to yield maximum in this world, no expectations. You know Shunya meditation? No expectations. No expectation does not mean you don't have an orientation. It is just that you don't… every moment you don't go about calculating, oh, I
Right.
didn't get what I want, I didn't get what I…
Yeah, I mean, damn. Like, on one hand, like, a lot of us have certain goals and we set high standards for ourselves because, of course, we want the best for ourselves. But then at the same time, I get what he's saying too, because it's like some of us, we tend to set so much of a high standard that when we don't get that, it's like we get disappointed So I get what he means when he says don't expect, no expectations. I kind of get that, bro, because it's like you're putting yourself to where you're pretty much setting yourself up for disappointment. And like, even if, like, let's say you made a goal to accomplish something, and maybe 97, 98% of the people on this earth can't do that, but there's a couple people out of that percentage that were able to do that, and now you're frustrated, you're down and out, now you're depressed, now you're miserable because 2 or 3% of the population was able to do it, but the majority can't do it. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, yeah, man. I kind of get what he's saying.
What I want did not happen? No. It's just that we want to move in this direction. How far you will go will depend on how much gas you have, isn't it? And if you have expectation, you are wasting all your gas in simply revving up the engine all the time,
Yeah,
and you won't go far.
right.
Now what do I do about this? Don't try to control your emotions or thoughts, because the very nature of your mind is such that I don't want to think about this person means that's the only person I'm going to think about for the rest of my life. So, when compulsive thoughts and emotions come, first and foremost thing that you do is, you simply see them for what they are. You don't try to resist them. The moment you resist, they will multiply. In this mind, you don't have subtraction and division. You only have addition and
Multiplicate,
multiplication.
yep. Yeah.
So, what you need to do, one thing is, just understand that thought and emotion are just a recycle of the data that is already there, something that you remember. It is just that memory is little smelly, it just keeps coming. You just have to see it like that, little distance from that. It is like you were jammed in a traffic jam, you were going to the airport, you got stuck in a traffic jam, how much anxiety and struggle you had. Then somehow you got there and then you got into the airplane and you took off. From up there when you look down, how nice the traffic jam looks, you know? Simply because there is a little distance. Still the same traffic jam, but because there is a distance, suddenly there is nothing to it. Similarly with your thought and emotion, a little bit of practice to create a little distance from your physiological processes and your psychological processes come. But if you try to handle individual thought and emotion, they will multiply thousandfold.
This whole expectation overtaking you has happened to you because right from your childhood, people are asking, at the age of 3, people are, tell me what will you become? Will you become doctor? Will you become IT engineer? Some rubbish.
And what's crazy is a lot of the people that said that then, or maybe even at 10 or 11 or 12 or 13 years old, didn't even do that. 9 times out of 10, the people that actually did that, became doctors or whatever, didn't even have the plan to do that. They just did it. Now, like, that wasn't part of their plan. They were talking about either being an actor or something big time more than a doctor. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how the things that we want to happen to us don't happen. But the things that, when you're not planning for, when you're not, when this is not your goal, it becomes something that you're doing. Like, there's some people who want to rap. They'll probably never see a stage. They'll probably never sell out a show. They'll probably never uh, 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 get the back end that a real rapper gets. Or, you know what I mean? But that's what they want to do. Whereas a rapper, people that who you guys probably look up to right now, I'm talking about, they probably didn't even want to rap. They probably, just ended up in that situation because they had other stuff in their life going on that were bad. Because like 9 times out of 10, a lot of the interviews that I watch when it's rappers, it's usually they had a rough upcoming and they liked music, and to stay out of trouble, they just went to the studios and made music. But that wasn't their plan from the age of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's crazy how that works out.
At the age
But hopefully, when it comes to this YouTube thing, I hope that, because that's my goal, but I hope that takes off. But I don't want to jinx it and then it don't happen. So,
of 3,
let me just shut up.
the expectations that parents have of their children is largely so unrealistic and stupid most of the time. It is neither good for them nor for the children. And many, right from your early age, you cultivate…
Exactly, because like, what if that's something that your kid doesn't even want to do? Like, your parents might want you to be a doctor, nurse. Your parents might want you to be an engineer. Your parents might want you to be a basketball player or a professional soccer player or, you know, or some type of athlete, you know? It's just like, what if he or she doesn't want to do that? Then what? That's the same thing with us, I feel like. You know, we set a little bit too high of a standard. You know, sometimes you just gotta, and like I say, that's why I say he's right on saying that expect nothing, because or don't expect much or whatever, because when you'll be surprised of how much you get in life when you're not expecting it, rather than just planning for, yo, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get this, rather than just sit up here and just let things take their natural course,
the same trend. Let's do this much with life. See, all this problem is because happiness is a tomorrow thing. You understand? Why your expectations have such powerful grip on you is, happiness is a tomorrow thing, never a today thing. Because only if this and this happens, I will be happy. Now, as you get more miserable, as this and this gets little more away from you every day, instead of coming closer if it's going away, as you get more miserable, the power of the expectation becomes stronger and stronger. Right now, let's say you're really blissed out, but you want this to happen. We chased it. Tomorrow, instead of being closer, it's further away. It won't create any great amount of suffering, it will not. It will not create any suffering because you're joyful. So without fixing this, you're trying to do things in the world. Long time ago, it seems Krishna said, yogastaha kuru karmani. That means first establish in yoga, then act. But now you started your action in a mess, so you come to yoga. So we're trying to adjust this.
This is a whole lot of talk in the world about, the head and the heart business. But the way you think is the way you feel. And the way you feel is the way you think. For different people, different things run first. For some people, their thoughts, today largely because of the type of education, for most people, their thoughts run ahead of their emotions. But still there is a sizable percentage of people for whom their emotions run ahead of their thought. There are situations that you don't wish to be in, but emotions are tangled up. So thought keeps going there, unknowingly you keep walking in the direction. What you need to understand is, thought is agile. Today my thought says she is the most wonderful person. Tomorrow, if she does something that I don't like, immediately my thought says, she's no good. But if my emotions have gone ahead with this wonderful person, emotions are not that agile, they cannot turn around so quickly, it's little sappy. It takes time. In the meantime, you struggle because thought says this is not okay, but emotion is still entangled.
What you call as attachment is a natural consequence of exclusiveness. The moment you choose between one and the other, getting tangled up with it is natural. See, we've already gone through this today. We accept both filth and fruit. But when it comes to eating, we choose the fruit. This is a choice we're making. When it comes to physical activity, we choose. But when we just sit here, where is the need to choose? For a specific activity, choices are made. But for the rest of the life, there is no need to make choices every moment of your life. Inclusiveness means this. Inclusiveness does not mean you have lost your discriminatory sense. You have your discriminatory sense. Your discriminatory sense is useful only for performing action, not for being here. For being here, you need not be discriminatory in any way. To be alive, if you discriminate, it will not work. But to act, you need discrimination, otherwise you cannot act sensibly. You're still a young person, you do this much, forget about what you want in the world, from yourself, from the people, from the world. What you want, drop it. First establish this, that what happens within you is determined by you, nobody else but you. Just do this one thing, naturally you will choose to become pleasant. When you're very pleasant, still 10,000 things have not happened in my life. So what? With a joyful zest, I'll go after it. And the chances of fulfilling those expectations are far better. If they don't happen, who the hell cares anyway? Because my experience of being here is wonderful whichever way. Without fixing the fundamental, we're trying to run away. We've not fixed this, but we are trying to take this somewhere. This is trouble. If you want to drive your car, you must see first it's properly fixed. Two wheels are loose, it's on the jack. Now you try to drive, you know it's going to be a disaster. You're still a young person, there's no need for anything to happen in your life right now. This is a time to establish yourself. This is not a time to drive. If you drive before you fix the wheels, it's going to be painful and disastrous. Don't do that to yourself.
That's all we have for you today. So if you really like this video and want me to create more content like this,
Yeah, man, that was a good video, bro. That's why I shut up the whole time. I barely had anything to say, bro. I was just agreeing with what he was saying. And that music damn near made me fall asleep. But yeah, man, I like that video, man. Cause that's some real stuff. That's some stuff I still face to this day, if I'm being completely transparent with you guys. Like, there's been times, you know, where I feel like I'm not accomplishing what I want to accomplish and just give up. Then somehow, over the course of time, when I'm not expecting to just accomplish something just right away like that, and it takes time, and I accomplish it, then it feels good psychologically that I accomplished it versus how I was thinking before I accomplished it, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, man, but that was a good video. If you guys like this video, man, give it a fat thumbs up. Like, comment, share. Machiavelli Gang, we up out of here, man. I love you guys, man. You guys have a blessed one and a safe one. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Peace.